Hey everyone, it's been a little bit since I've uploaded, but at least it hasn't been a month like last time. But I'm back again. Uh, I've been a little busy for a little bit. Been busy watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Been binge watching Batman the animated series, and I watched a single episode of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
What?
But overall, nothing crazy. Today marks part 2 of the making of the Dark Knight costume. Now, today is not going to be much, but it's just what I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. Also, a little bonus thing, I'm going to be showing off the Bane mask I've also been working on, which I've actually had it, worked on for a while, but just haven't shown it yet. But, besides that, I'm excited to kind of show off what I have today so far. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. So the first thing I wanted to go over today was the Batman cowl. Now, if you remember last time I said I was going to be adding flexible spackling onto it, which I did eventually get. But I also decided to just completely redo the cowl. So this is the original one, which I had already painted and put on the old non-flexible spackling. Doesn't look bad, but mainly the reason why I redid it completely was because the symmetry and the shaping was just all off. I did not like the way it looked. It probably was just the way I put it together because I did it from left to right. But this one is not going to be used anymore. But this one right here is the new one. Obviously it's not finished, but this is what it looks like so far. It's kind of a mess just because I've put all the spackling. Before you ask, I did sand it as much as I could with the sand block that I have, but yeah, I think this looks a lot better in terms of symmetry. I am going to be spraying on the primer soon, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. There are some spots that are a little more clumpy, which yeah, I'm a little worried about that, but for the most part, I think I'll be fine. But pretty much the thing is it's pretty much just the same mask, same template from Dalai Lomo, which he actually commented on the last video I did, so shout out to him for that. But yeah, I think it looks just way more symmetrical because I built it from the middle out pretty much, which helped out a lot. It helped with a lot of the symmetry. I don't have the Velcro attached to the chin area yet. It's just being held by some masking tape. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about the cowl. It's a brand new cowl. I think it looks a lot better. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
Compared to what it'll look like in even maybe 2 months, should be a lot different looking. Right? When you grab it up here.
Next thing we're going to be going over are the abs. Now, well, the abs are another pretty straightforward thing. These are from Propway, which is all the other templates for the chest and the shoulders and arms from the last video. There are a few things if you do end up using this template, you will have to kind of freehand or do yourself. Pretty much all the I guess lines you could say that go in between each ab piece is that's just strips of craft foam that I had. Same thing with these kind of top parts above both the top and middle part of the abs. Yeah, pretty simple. I used 5mm craft foam, which helps this out a lot. Gives a little more definition. But there's really not much I have to say about it. Um, it's just pretty simple to do. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult because a lot of the freehanding, but I guess as a tip, make sure that you label. And another tip is if you don't have like a piece that you necessarily need for this, just make one your own. Just make sure you measure it out right. You draw it on the right spots, especially that middle part. That middle part is pretty difficult, but regardless, it was not that hard. Um, I guess another thing, if you do make your own like little piece like out of paper or something before you transfer it onto the craft foam, I would say, especially a piece like this, what I would do is like fold the paper and draw like the first half and then cut it while it's still folded, so when you cut it out it's even. So yeah, that'll help out a lot. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say about the abs. They look pretty good. These won't be glued on until I get the full costume, like all the body piece, because this is gonna be glued directly onto like the fabric part of the suit, while the chest and like the forearms are gonna be like detachable. But yeah, it's the abs. So the last thing to go over in this video is the Bane mask. Now, this is probably one of my favorite things I've made so far. Haven't even painted it yet, but I friggin' love the way this came out. First thing to go over is the front of the mask. Now, the front of the mask is made out of a construction mask. These are like masks you like they use to make sure you don't like breathe in wood or whatever. But yeah, I found that, and then I cut off like the strapping, and also there was like this like outline like border thing on it, which I cut out too because it kind of added too much onto it. So I just kind of left it with that, and then I connected all these straws on there. So this is a variety of straws. So there's these like the rigid ribbed ones, I think they're called, or I don't know what kind of straws these are, but those are from those like bendy straws, those little kitty ones. I like got a bunch of them and then cut them out, bent them, and then glued like two and two together, and then I glued them into like other parts of straws, as you can see right there, and then glued it directly into the mask. And then another thing I did was there's like a middle part on the mask that like kind of like sinks in, and then there's like a mesh piece in there. I don't know. There's a lot of weird details on it, but all you do is just cut it out and then you kind of shape it. It's like a square almost, and then I put like craft foam pieces around the straws and then just glued them in. Pretty simple, honestly. And then there's like this other craft foam part. You can't even see it, but it's kind of in there. And then more straws on the side, and then here use some bigger straws for like this top part here. Wasn't a very difficult process, just very time consuming because you got to cut the pieces out, make sure they're about the same, and then also line them up properly. They're aligned pretty well, I'd say. I tried to get it as accurate as I possibly could with what I had, and I think it looks pretty dang good. Pretty close to it as well. One thing I did kind of mess up on was these straw parts right here. They were like glued directly into this because the references I was using, they didn't show like the full thing, and then when I was getting to like the side parts, I realized that this pipe or straw tube thing here like connects to here. So I was like, oh, so I had to like disconnect it and re-glue it. But it looks a lot better than it did before. It looks pretty wonky. But yeah, and then another thing I used was, so I guess another shout out to another YouTuber, Odin Makes. He did a Bane mask like a few years ago, and I used his templates for like the side parts, and that really helped. Because I tried to do it by freehand and it just did not look that good. But his templates were really helpful for making this, so thanks to him. It's pretty much all this side part or the top part and the side part. The only thing you will have to kind of make yourself is like this part, because there's kind of like two layers on Bane's mask. There's like the initial layer, and then there's like this top layer, which is I use 3mm craft foam for the first layer, and then the second layer is 2mm craft foam. But yeah, this part I kind of made just tracing out this big part of the first layer, and then the rest of these, this was also from the template directly. This as well, these pieces, and then this is 5mm craft foam with that was also from the template, and this is just more straws because it's like the way it goes is like this. The tubing kind of goes from here all the way to here, back into the front part of the mask. But and then this right here, all this, like, it's wire wrap, I believe. Yeah, this is wire wrap. I think it was one three, or no, I think it was like 3/16 or something. I can't remember. I just found it at Harbor Freight one day, and it was really cheap, so I bought it. It's a little big because I realized that certain parts, like elements of the details, like the rings, I might not be able to add because it's probably a little too big, especially in this middle bevel. But most part, I'm pretty satisfied, and then all of these parts just all craft foam. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and put it on for y'all. So this is the Bane mask on. It's a kind of a loose fit, but this wasn't really made for my head. This was actually made for my friend. But I'm pretty satisfied with the way it is. I really like the way this turned out. I'm super happy with all the time I put into this. But it's pretty awesome. What's good is I left on the mask part, I left like the nose rester, so that kind of helps with the comfortability of this. Sorry if the audio is a little mumbled, just the way me putting this on, but I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty dang accurate to the actual costume, or the actual mask. Yeah, I'm super proud with this. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. So that concludes today's video. There's not much else I really have to say, but that's just the progress I have, or basically stuff that's happened as I've continued this project. I'm super happy with what I have so far. Soon enough, I will be getting this. It's like a toy or like costume belt from eBay, so that'll be included in the costume. It's like an officially licensed belt from the movie. I will also be getting a mannequin so I can actually display the costume when I eventually finish it, or it's actually mainly for when I glue all the pieces on, because I don't want to glue it directly onto my body. But that's going to be a lot of help. Also, helps with displaying and stuff like that. But yeah, right now I'm super happy with how it's going. I do definitely think I probably will finish this sometime soon, because really the only parts I have left to do is just make the leg pieces and then paint it. That's basically it. Or paint it and then put it all onto the costume, and then the cape. And that's basically it. There's not really much else left on this. Oh wait, also there's also there's like a mesh material between the armor and the actual the fabric. I don't know, it's weird. I'll have to figure that out. But besides that, I'm super happy. But yeah, if you want more context to this video to see the previous what else I've done, go check out the last video that I did. I'll leave a link in the description below. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and hope to see y'all soon. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.